What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're focusing on Australia giving New Zealand an ultimatum, a deadline to the 4th of December to acknowledge their type of tournament and their plans going forward in the Super Rugby competition. Now obviously we know the past 3 months we've seen it going back and forth of what is going to happen with the Trans-Tasman Cup, Super Rugby / everything. We know fair and well that Australia are wanting more than 2 teams, 2 to 4. Well, was the recommendation from New Zealand. Australia said no, they want 5 teams included in the tournament in either a Trans-Tasman type cup, 5 New Zealand, 5 Australian teams, or they'll do the Trans-Tasman like 4 and 4 with a Pacific Island team, or maybe Japan considering it. And it's been back and forth, but now Australia put together some broadcasting rights proposal as to what they're going to provide and show and what they're going to recommend. And in this recommendation is a Super 8 type cup where they want to include South Africa, Japan and Argentina in to the top 2 teams from each respective provincial tournament will go into this Super 8 tournament, and obviously a winner will be formed. That sounds like an exciting option to me. I don't think that's a bad thing. It could actually be quite cool, and it's a way to connect the relationships and the bonds that we once have. I mean, we're approaching a 25-year history in 2021 of Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, from the Tri-Nations to Rugby Championship to Super Rugby to Bledisloe. We've had a lot of history together, and I think Australia don't want to just throw that away and create something special and unique so we can have it. Now, obviously, we know from a Super Rugby point of view, there's no direct. We know New Zealand don't have South Africa in the idea going forward. However, bringing in a Super 8 series or a National Club Rugby Championship can definitely give an opportunity for these guys. You host it in one country. Those details haven't been announced, but just off the top of my head, you host it in one country each year, and boom, we finish the tournament there. The Super 8 guys going saves travel, saves you costs. All of the guys stay there instead of up and down, and we take it like that. And it allows us to have that moment where we can still have the best of the best playing against each other and not a long tournament that has pretty much died down. One thing we've learned with the provincial leagues is Super Rugby Aotearoa and Super Rugby Australia have been very good developing for New Zealand and for Australia, giving them some excitement, and it's been taken the world by storm. I mean, Super Rugby over in New Zealand has been absolutely class. It's been awesome. Australia have also come to the party. South Africa are hoping to come to the party in September, where we will have our own Curry Cup type tournament. And going forward, you have the 2 top teams playing against each other, almost like what we see in your Champions League or in the Cricket Airtel Championship in the past. Your top 2 teams from each respective provincial league go on and play each other, and boom, it's like the Southern Hemisphere battle. I think that's great because we kind of see it in the Champions Cup already, but now it's a smaller version. It's going to be quick. I think it's going to bring the numbers in, and it goes the way of an exciting opportunity for these guys to really continue that relationship and bond, and then we don't quite throw away the relationships built with Australia and New Zealand, which I think is a good thing. Yes, South Africa are probably still going to join the Pro 14, but fine. The top teams still in our Curry Cup, that's not going to go away, go into this Super 8 series. So whether we like it or not, we might join the Pro 14, but Curry Cup's not going to die out. So we can still have that bond and relationship with the 2 teams. So for me, I'm all for this. What Rugby Australia's new broadcasting package includes, it's a Bledisloe Cup series, Australia and New Zealand, obviously, the Rugby Championship with all 4 nations, the State of the Union series, which is players that represent New South Wales or Queensland, where they were born or played junior rugby. So that's quite awesome. Very exciting to hear that. Super 8 series, which is a crossover competition at the end of the domestic Super Rugby competition. That includes the top teams from South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, a team from Japan, and a team from South America in a 5-week competition. That's a Super 8 series. And then a National Club Rugby Championship, including the best clubs in the country in a short form competition at the end of the club rugby seasons. And then state competitions, New South Wales Shoot Shield and Queensland's Premier Rugby, and then a showcase of the best schoolboy rugby. That's their package that they want to recommend to go with New Zealand on. I think it's exciting. I'm all for this Super 8 series. I think it's going to be something good. It all depends on what New Zealand now decide going forward. They've got till the 4th of December to make a decision as to whether or not they're going to go with this program or not. Obviously, New Zealand pretty much sitting in the driver's seat and are going to say, right, we're going to do X, Y, Z. We're either going to stick to our own Trans-Tasman version or Provincial Super Rugby. But I really agree with the Super 8 series. I think this could be something fun, and it's something that's still going to connect us, like I said, in the Southern Hemisphere. So I'm all for it. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what New Zealand have to come back at, but hopefully we can get an answer with these two teams on a way forward. Because one thing's for sure, as a South African fan, I want the connection with these guys, and I think it will be great if we can still have some sort of tournament. Super Rugby's died. It's too long. It's boring. Super 8, however, that could be exciting. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.